How we know that God exists. Indication 4. After half a century, the scientific community still has not made the slightest progress on answering the following question. Are near-death experiences merely brought up by dying brains, or do people really experience the afterlife?
Near-death experiences again. Of course this stuff has been debunked by now.
Okay, let's have a look at the counterarguments then.
They are brought up by dying brains, for there is no afterlife.
But with a dead person, either the brain is already dead, or the heart has stopped functioning and the brain will follow soon. And it is amazing what a brain that's as good as dead is capable of.
I noticed that when I passed on, that of course I wear glasses and I'm very nearsighted. I noticed that, first thing I noticed is that I wasn't wearing my glasses and I could see clearly across the room.
And as it began to filter into that room and hit objects, colors came flooding out of them like I've never seen. And at that time, my senses became enhanced.
Everything about the spirit world is more real than this world. The colors are brighter, the edges of everything are sharper, the emotions are just enhanced, they are clear.
Not only that, but during a near-death experience, blind people's eyesight is restored.
As she fought for her life, something even more extraordinary happened. Vicky could see for the very first time.
I felt like it was a nightmare because I have never been accustomed to perceiving of anything from a distance. And I touch things. My world is at arm's length. I perceive of everything tactily, and I couldn't translate what it was that I was receiving. And it was scary to be able to, a lot of people have asked me, well, wasn't it wonderful to see? Actually, no, it wasn't. It was terrible initially.
I had never known, nor have I known since, the idea of vision. As I was floating up beyond the roof, I knew that there was snow on the ground. In fact, it struck me that I could tell there was snow without even touching it. I also saw a tram, a very plain, square-shaped tram with a sign indicating the direction this tram was headed, and I saw the tracks, which were carved out in the snow.
Well, I've never been able to see anything in my life, ever. Not shadows, not color, not light, nothing. And in both of them, I saw, the one when I was 22 was very detailed. I was dead for 4 minutes due to a car accident caused by a drunk driver. And I had a skull fracture, concussion, neck injury, back injury, and leg injury. And they said that if I'd hit my head even like half an inch lower, I would not be alive at all, definitely. So this was a full-blown visual experience.
Do you perhaps know of another thing that is as good as broken, yet functioning as good as ever or even better?
No. But all the same, it can be upheld that that is simply what a dying brain does, giving you a sense of comfort to mitigate the stress of dying. And of course, that can be interpreted as going to heaven.
That could be true if we didn't have accounts of an entirely different nature as well. But we do have those. You tell me, what is comforting about going to hell?
And it was like the dark, like all of a sudden I closed my eyes, all of a sudden my eyes got like really dark. It's just like blacker than anything we've ever seen on Earth. All of a sudden I felt like I was just falling, and I felt like a little bit of a chill, and I was falling. I felt so fearful. It was so black you couldn't see your hand in front of your face. I am feeling it more. I'm feeling more scared than I've ever felt in my life. I just started falling and falling and falling into like darkness as it started to get hotter and hotter and hotter.
There was black fire which felt extremely cold and hot at the same time. And there were beings whose shapes looked like the shapes of human beings. They were like decayed corpses, like zombies. Some of them had no body parts anymore. It looked like body parts were just falling off. They screamed and begged and dragged. They attacked me, tugged at me and bit me.
I found myself standing on a red catwalk. Decay and stench were in every corner. There was no way for me to get out of here. I didn't see any life or plants. It seemed to me that this was a dead world. There was once life here, but it is long gone. There are remnants of trees and crumbling buildings. It resembled a post-war city. Then, I heard voices. I didn't hear the birds singing or the laughter of friends. What I heard was the wailing of pain, the screams of the tortured.
Okay. Still, it doesn't make sense. Near-death experiences have to be a trick of the brain. Otherwise, how come that Muslims meet Allah, Hinduists meet Brahma, and Christians meet Jesus after they die? It's just what you've been indoctrinated with.
Hindus don't meet Brahma or Shiva or Vishnu. Muslims don't meet Allah. If you search the two main institutions for near-death accounts that actually describe encounters with these gods, you'll find none. Here I am talking about the website of the Near-Death Experience Research Foundation. And about the website of the International Association for Near-Death Studies. You can try it yourself. Perform searches on these sites for, say, Allah or Vishnu. The links to the websites are in the description. If you come across those names in the search results, it is never in the context of a real encounter. Not so when searching Jesus. The number of accounts that mention seeing meeting him is overwhelming.
Oh. Yeah. I see. Indeed, you are right. And by now it doesn't make sense any longer to uphold that near-death experiences are mere hallucinations. We're past that.
Indeed, we are. For you can hallucinate anything. There is no way to control that. But upon dying, it is always the afterlife that is hallucinated. No exception. And how a brain that has stopped functioning, nevertheless can produce hallucinations, is a mystery as well. I haven't even gone into how near-death experiences are not drug-induced, and how they are backed up by the Bible. For more details, I refer to an earlier video of mine, in which I delve deeper into the phenomenon. The link should be somewhere on the screen, or else you can find it in the description. Highly recommended. We can only conclude that near-death experiences show that God exists.